Okay, so what is sourcing? Sourcing is just what we call finding stock. So you might refer to it as an online arbitrage deal, if you like. That's what we call it. It's an online arbitrage deal. So you can't just buy any products from stores and expect to make money on Amazon. It doesn't work like that. But if you buy the right products, then you can almost be guaranteed. And again, I'm not making any guarantees, but you can almost be guaranteed that the chances of making profit on that stock is extremely high, because we only buy stuff that already fits our strict criteria that I'm going to tell you in this course. So exactly the kind of stock to look for. So on the most basic form of it, you want to make sure it's selling fast enough. So how fast does it sell? You want to make sure it's got some profit in it after fees. So how much profit? And you want to see if you're eligible to sell it, because some products you're just not allowed to sell on Amazon unless you basically beg, borrow, or steal permission from manufacturers or from Amazon or whatever. So those are the three basic things, but we're going to deep dive into those. But sourcing is the process of finding stock that makes sense to buy on Amazon. Now, I don't know how many products you'll look at before you'll find a product that's worthwhile, but there's automated and semi-automated and outsourced ways of doing that process. So if it's 1 in 100 products that's actually profitable, you won't have to look at all 100 products. Somebody else can, or some software can help you do it or whatever. So that's the sourcing side of things. The next thing is analyzing the product. Now that's not just looking at the basics of how fast does it sell, how much profit and can I sell it, but it's doing competition analysis. It's looking at how well it's sold in the past and what price it's sold for in the past. It's seeing if there's any like red flags or alerts that you need to look at, like is it meltable, and I don't know, hot weather would melt it, things like that. Lots of little red flags that are easy to spot when you know what you're doing, but not easy to spot if you just got started without having software and tools to help you with it, or without doing a training course like this. You just buy random stuff to sell on Amazon, you're going to get caught out. So analyzing is the process of looking into the product to make sure it makes sense and can be sold on Amazon at a profit and is likely to sell in a reasonable time frame. So we've got sourcing first, that's finding the deals. Analysis, that's deep dive into the deals to just double check and make sure that it's going to make sense to do that. And then the third part of the Amazon online arbitrage process that we talk about is prepping. Prepping, once you've done it a few times, is super simple. It's just things like, if it's a not a furry toy, I was going to call it a fluffy toy, what do you call them? Plush toy. If it's like a Disney plush toy that's loose, Amazon don't want you to send it loose. Because if they get it loose, one, they can't put any barcodes on it if it's got no packaging, but also as it sits on their shelf, it's going to get dirty. These Amazon warehouses are massive and they could be dusty places, and that product could be sat there for a while. So if little Timmy gets this little Disney orangutan fluffy plush toy for Christmas, you don't want to get it and go, Mom, what's this? What's this? Like, there's dust and dirt all over it. So Amazon would say, for plush toys, you need to polybag them. So you have little poly bags that have got suffocation warnings on them. So a certain type of poly bag, you put the plush toy in the poly bag, seal it up, and then put a sticker on it, like a barcode sticker, and now it's good to go. So prepping is the process of making sure that what you're selling on Amazon is prepared or prepped in the way that Amazon expect it, so it can sit on their shelves and they can sell it with ease. So there's a process for different products, but once you've done a few boxes, it'll be like second nature, and the vast majority of products won't need all that much prep at all. In fact, they probably need nothing doing so. You might want to put an FNSKU sticker on it. Again, look at your glossary download if you don't know what FNSKU is, but you might need to put an FNSKU sticker on it. I mean, definitely you don't want to be doing commingled inventory. So yeah, you'll probably put an FNSKU sticker on it. And then you'll send it to Amazon and in one big box. And that's the prepping. So that's just the process. You need to be the intermediary between the store and Amazon. But you can have that outsourced. You can use a prep center for that if you want to. If you don't want to do anything, you'll pay for it. But depending on your lifestyle and your cash flow situation, you might prefer to pay somebody else to do that bit and you not have to worry about it. I know people that have never prepped anything in their lives. They've used a prep center right from day one and they've sold for years and it's worked out for them. And I know other people that would never, ever dream of paying somebody else to do it. They'll have their kids do it. They'll have their next door neighbor do it, or they'll do it. They don't pay for that and they keep the margin. So I would advise at first, it's probably a good idea to prep yourself. You don't really need a prep center. You can do it all yourself and you'll make more margin, make more profit that way. But obviously it'll take you a little bit more time because you've got to look at the products and box the products up and all that stuff. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the prepping side of it. And then the last part is the selling side of it. So that's the last part of the process. Now, the truth is Amazon take care of 99% of that. The only thing that you have to worry about on the selling side of things really is repricing. So because, as we talked about before, the buy box usually goes to the person who's the cheapest. What some people do is they drop the price to undercut you so they get the buy box. Well, with the repricers, and we'll talk about them, don't worry, we'll talk about them loads in another day, another session. But with the repricers, it can be automated software that goes, no, I'm not going to let you have the buy box just by being cheaper than me. I'm going to match your price, okay? Or it goes, no, you've gone too far. This seller's gone too far. I'm not selling at that price. I'm going to put my price up and I'm going to wait for you to sell out and then I'm going to sell them at a higher price. So software helps you do that. There is a free one built into Amazon. I don't really recommend it, but there is one in there and that's called repricing. So that's the selling side of it. So sourcing, step 1, analyzing, step 2, prepping, step 3, and selling or repricing, if you like, step 4. Simple as that. We're going to deep dive into each of these, so don't worry if that seems a little bit overwhelming. I'm going to tell you exactly how it works. So I'll see you in the next video.